I see you watching me when we're with our friends. It's definitely something in the air. So let's take it from there, cause I know you want it. Afraid to let it show.
Hi guys, my name is Usne Hope and thank you for tuning in onto Usne Hope. Please do kindly touch subscribe if you haven't and click on the notification button and share this video basically, to anyone that has been affected by GBV. So I started this channel. I don't know what's happening to me. Yeah. So I started this channel, to basically document the journey between, me suffering uh, gender-based violence at the hands of my ex-boyfriend, who was my boyfriend at the time, and and the difficulties that I have had with the legal system. Unfortunately, I started this video. I started this channel after being found guilty for a crime that I did not commit. I was found guilty for the fact that this guy, I beat this guy up. So what happened is this guy had beaten me up on the 10th of January. On the 17th of January, he does that again. I call the IO. It is another town. And he says, this is different circumstances, different date, different location, open a charge then. I do that immediately. The police officer who saw me says, unfortunately, you have bruises on your face, so do kindly go to the doctor. I go to the doctor, I get a J88, and fine, I send that back. However, when opening the case, it was quite problematic for me to get a J88 because I did that during the night. And the only options that I had were public medical facilities, which is the clinic or the hospital. So at these places, I was told, Uguti, I needed to, the J88s are done during the day. So because I was in town, I decided to go back to the police station and let them know that I am unable to, get the J88s. This is the thing. This is what I've been said. And then the police officer who at the time assisted me says to me that let's open the case once you have the J88. You will then bring it to the investigating officer. You will get a message who your investigating officer is. So I get the J88 and I do try to get it to the investigating officer, which to her fate, I think she was not there. And then I think a week after that, this girl, sorry to say this girl, I was informed by the investigating officer who lets me know. Then I make an appointment to come to her. I go to her and give her the J88. I think this was on a Monday. Fast forward, when I am there, I get a call from another police officer who says to me, who asks where I am. I tell them where I am. They come to me, which is the other investigating officer's office, to arrest me. I am arrested for, domestic violence, common. How so, when I did not touch this guy? And at this time, I think I still had bruises of the, of the incidents that had happened. Okay, fine. Luckily because of my medical situation at the time, I am left to go home and come back the next day. During trial, I'm found guilty. I am so livid at this point that, how could, and this was on Women's Month. This was on the 8th of August 2022. I am so livid. How could they, do this to me? Living in a country where gender-based violence is quite a pandemic, and how do we? And I think I had said that this guy has tried to to negotiate, and he has even told me the fact that he only opened the case so that I could, I could drop the charges. However, when that was negotiated, he said no. Later on, when we said drop charge for drop charge, I said, wait a minute, apologize, tell everything. And all I want, I think the problem is with me, an apology means so much. So I was like, apologize. And that time I think I'm sharing this on YouTube for the first time. I had started wetting the bed, and this is what I had told the lawyer that I had at that time, that, this has become my situation. And for him to say just drop charge for something that I did not do, I am willing to go through the stand and go through trial. And I was hoping, I believed in the justice system so much that it will prove that I did not do anything, that I did not assault this guy. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And there comes my disappointment in the justice system. So I start sharing that. I share how, in this channel, I share how we're going to the other time, so we have been let down so many times. We have been inconvenienced most of the times. And I would say this is the duty of the SAPS and the DOJ. Okay, fast forward, there's been this trial that, I've been going through now, which is finally the one that I opened first. And in that trial, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well, so I'm just going to go get water. Day of trial for this new case, which is the one that I opened first. I'm sorry, I just needed to go drink water. So I wasn't so well, and I do say that what I need, and the magistrate disputes against it for the very fact that there is no letter, so I need to do a letter. So I remember I was traveling the following day. However, I made it a priority that I see the prosecutor and give her this medical note. If I tell you that the following court day, I was sent to a social worker, who says that, she's usually, assigned to kids. So this is a special situation, which I don't understand, with so many victims of abuse and people needing counseling. People come to court because they need counseling. How is that, there's only a social worker assigned for kids and nobody for adults? But no, she suggests that, I should go to an intermediary room. I tell her my situation, and, she comes up with the solution. That solution, and she writes a note for the prosecutor. I gave it to the prosecutor. If I tell you that I went to court 4 more times, and this was not, the suggestion was not put to place until I got very, very, very sick, to a point that I was hospitalized. And I do say that in my previous video that, that even me being sick, having a major anxiety attack, an attack that I haven't had in many years, it was seen as, I don't want to, because court, because the trial is, judgment is not over yet. So I'm unable to divulge in the very details of what it was. And so this is a matter that really gets to me, and as I've said before, and it says it, it's just a matter that I don't want to answer this question, because what, I've been lying. So this was just to prove my credibility, and forgetting how this information even got to them, which is quite legal, and I am proceeding with that legally. But anyway, comes a time whereby I say I'm not well. Have I been provided for the time that the case, was remanded because the magistrate wasn't in court? Prosecutor says yes. And then again, the following day, the following court case, I get sick while in court, and my my illness escalates to points that, you know what, since this case is, not coming, it's not finishing, let me rather go to the doctor and, get it sorted out. Let's see what he can do. Funny me, my doctor laughs at me because I was like, I want the magic pill because I want this to be over and done with. Unfortunately, that is not how it works. But he does make sure that I see a psychiatrist, and I was evaluated, and the psychiatrist says, no, girl, you are not fit to stand trial today. I take that letter to the prosecutors, and they needed to make sure if what I want, because my credibility is highly doubted now. It is taken to they go and make sure, what is it, validates the information. Fine, that happens, and then later on, I am already not okay. I had gone, because my accommodation is not, I have made very obvious. I have stated from, I think, April or June, whereby I say, my address has changed, and yet I'm not I'm not provided for accommodation. And I had wanted to go to the prosecutor that I have been made to speak to, and unfortunately he was on leave. And then this senior a prosecutor higher up in the ranks is on some come to me after court, because I was like, I think today the case will be over. And because it was not over, I go to her, and the story changes. I don't know, because the prosecutor, I've noticed her facial expressions, towards the case have changed, which really do not affect me, which I really don't care for. I had come into her office, and so I assumed that it was a conversation that I had between the both of them. And so what I did, I did things my own way, and subsequently I did get myself accommodation, because they said all of a sudden they were willing, this prosecutor high up in the rank was willing to accommodate me, and then all of a sudden it has changed, and then I had to do things my way. Okay, fine, that's done. But then what I needed to say, then I go to the senior prosecutor, who now needs to accommodate for me for my psychological or thingy, or health medical provision. Does it not become about the fact that I have a YouTube channel whereby I share my journey? I am here to say this is the problem. And I say, obviously, I haven't even here in a platform whereby I feel safe, my safe space, have not divulged, have not gone through the details, what happened on the day. And I tell her that I got sick, this is the sickness, and she wants details. And she says, and I'm like, I'm not ready to, I'm not fit to say those details. And she says she can't help. Fine, because I now need to tell her every single detail, it becomes a world war to say that it does not become about the fact that I need to be provisioned for my illness. It becomes about me having a YouTube channel, me sharing what I share on TikTok. Please do follow me on TikTok, by the way. So it becomes like, people do have TikTok, people have YouTube, the things that you are saying about the DOJ, about the judiciary, and the police. And I'm like, am I lying though? And she says, do you want me to tell you? Yes. And she goes on to the fact that I really did. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to post conversation. Unfortunately, they are in Zulu. So I think I'll do a voice over of those conversations, whereby this guy is apologizing. This guy is promising money to withdraw the charges. Yet I'm the one at fault. So anyway, that didn't go well, until this day. Yesterday I was so suicidal. This video was supposed to be done yesterday, but I couldn't get myself, to function yesterday because I was so suicidal. And me being suicidal, I need to finish, and it's not gonna happen because load shedding is coming right now, just now. Because of what this girl said. As I have said this before, that I respect this girl, that it was her job, what she did, having me convicted. I have nothing against that. But anyway, come court day, yes, provision was made. And unfortunately, I think this will come out after I've done this. I was called, I do go to court, and I'm going to meet, my supporter, Budbeki, who's always there. Later he's going to come follow me, and I'm there. They call me that court is waiting on you, and I tell them I am on my way. However, I'm out of breath. I'm unable to continue walking and coming to court because I have found parking quite a distance away from the court door. And I tell them that I don't know how was it translated back to the prosecutor. So I'm just going to try editing. So just for continuation of this video, I think I need to use the slides. I don't think it surfaces, but at least at least I am visible. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that provision was made, but I was told that I'm still eating. I don't understand, how, but yeah, I think there was just, loss of translation from, the person that called me to the court. But anyway, I go there. Yes, it was sometimes better, but I don't think Uguti Vele, court will ever make me, court is a comfortable place. It's not. To deal with the crisis that load shedding has left me in, cheers, I decided to get myself some wine. I'm not supposed to be drinking at I'm not supposed to be drinking at the moment, but situation has me, yeah, let me just have a glass of wine. So yeah, so that has come to the end of the case. However, I then later found out, so as we know, what's gonna get, my abuser's girlfriend, is very invested in my life. What I had done at some point, because I did not understand the animosity between us, I called this girl. I did not call her. I sent her a long message to say, girl, what is it? What are we fighting for? Why do you hate for me? What do you want from me exactly, given the circumstances, And this was the first time I was ever reaching out to her, after the number of times that she has. And, she has a history. There's time whereby, this girl lives, for my Instagram, TikTok. I've noticed that so she's on my archived. However, there's this person that it's on my archive that I always go to clear messages from. So I always see that she blocks me and unblocks me. None of my business. But I've also noticed that after she unblocks me, she then puts up a status. And because I don't care, I usually don't. This time, I do open a status and it's about me. So I have called, this girl has made me shopping at, where she works, the store that, her boyfriend calls her, that supermarket. Very uncomfortable too. There's a safety threat on my life, and her putting that I was there just isn't safe for me. So I have, escalated the matter to head office, and I do respond because she thinks, I did not, she thinks my intention was to have her arrested, whereby that is not the case. My intention was, to have her stop doing what she does, but she keeps on umsebenzi wami, which means my work, emsebenzini wami, as if she owns. And in my conversation with the head office, they were like, we don't understand this. This girl, should she needs should she feel the need to behave like this person who calls her this needs to buy her own shop, because right now she does not own. But anyway, and then it ruffles my feathers. She goes on to discuss the matters that was in court. I have been told, I'm not sure whether the accused is supposed to be having his people share what's happening in court online. But I'm not sure. Like I've said before, I don't want to deal with this girl. I'm just, what? I wanted to leave her because I understand that, for now, she's just been used. I understand my ex-boyfriend. I mean, like this guy has multiple girlfriends, and the question is, why is she the one being used? And that's obviously because of her. So I need to query that. So tomorrow I'm going to be traveling closer to where the court case is, which is my hometown, and then I'm going to be working there in the morning. While on my way to work, I will call the prosecutor to question this, to inquire about this, and yeah. I think I also want to say a huge thank you to some people that, my people, the very few people that, have gone out, off their way to support me, check on me. Guys, thank you doesn't even seem enough. I'll tell you, when I said yesterday that I was going through, a very depressive episode whereby I just wanted to end my, I'm sorry, but I wanted to end my life. Words from this girl, this lady that I know, I've been previously hospitalized, and we became friends from there. She was like, I know you, you're a strong, you're beautiful inside and outside, which is what a lot of people testify to. Those words got me alive today. Those words got me recording this video today. She said that, her fighting spirits, and this is what all I want to, should there become, should there be an outcome of me recording or me sharing my journey online, and back to the prosecutor, who feels like, I feel what I'm sharing my journey, how does it concern the next person? And if you are one of the entities that, I say I'm not happy with, how about you call me and ask me what's gonna get, what is the reason, instead of making conclusions? Because for you to say that I am lying, I was never abused, instead I was the abuser, were you there? Were you there? And unfortunately, I don't understand how, because I have no relationship with this person after she found me guilty, even if because it is a small town, even if we meet, we just pass each other. And there are people that work for the SAPS that I'm not happy with. SAPS that I'm not happy with. There are people that work there that I go to, you guys are like this, you guys are like this. And they understand I'm truly unhappy. I've been left unsatisfied at the hands of the SAPS. There are people that work for the Department of Justice that, as much as they've been caring, they've been sort of supportive. I know there's this one specific special lady. God bless her soul. But when I am letting off steam, I say, you guys are doing this to me. And they've never once been insulted. The people that I talk to and say, you guys, the other time it was, one person, unfortunately, I can't name his name. And I was saying this, and I was on a call with the Big, and was like, and he actually laughed at the fact that I'm saying you guys are getting me sick. It is not him. It is my experiences at the Department of Justice. It is my experiences at court. He works for court. He is not involved. He has done nothing to me. But my anger, not even anger, because usually it is just a joke. It is how I feel about the entire justice system in South Africa. And he gets caught in the fire does not involve him. That is not included. It is a joke. We move on. And then this specific person, goes on to make me feel even more sick. I was this sick. And she was like, hold on, this is a lie. We've had so many people that have these such of cases, which means I'm just lying. Were they sick? Do they have these conditions? Am I now pretending to be sick? So that is it. And I just want to say again, thank you. Thank you to everyone, who just goes out there. And to say that my fighting spirit, and this is one thing that I vow by, is the fact that I am not going to, hold on, I need to take a call. Ngiyapela.
Ngifuna ukuhlupha lana.
Yebo ma.
Ngithi mina ngingabona sikhalise ngelokufana
No, ngithenga khona directly. Now ungathenga khona directly. So in conclusion, so I need to end, because actually, like I said, I'm gonna be going past the town with all of this is happening tomorrow. On the day of court, like I said, I was late because I was sick. I was having mobility issues getting to court, and they, it's none of their business. They will not accommodate you, and it's okay. If that's how it works, that's how it works. What then happens on my case is that I get there, this guy calls me a bee, he calls me a dog, saying that, what? And there's a protection order says that this guy does not need to swear at me, he does not need to abuse me emotionally, psychologically. So my psychological health is just already not there. And I need to open. So I called the IO for that case to say that this guy has done this. And he says, okay, he says the same thing. It's a different incident. You need to open another case. So tomorrow I'll be opening another case for that specific reason, to say that, actually not, he did not allude to say that. He said me being sick is is me, I'm faking my sickness, and swearing at me. And a lot of people are like, save your energy. And I'm like, as long as this guy, this guy has had me, as long as he continues, I'm going to continue until the law works for me. How many times will I open cases and then he keeps getting bail, and what does he get bail for? To continue doing the same thing, to continue abusing me. Until that is, and I do have a bigger plan should it continue this way, or go to what, this is not helping. So I am therefore going to to take further steps. I'm not going to be saying what it is, but I am just so tired. I'm just so tired that a year later, after my assault, my assaults, because it's more than one assault. A year later, I am still being victimized by my abuser. He is sending his people to victimize me further. I am continuously abused by my abuser, and he keeps getting bail, he keeps getting bail, he keeps getting bail. Until when? Until when? And then me opening cases is just seen me as being a better ex-girlfriend. Am I supposed to get quiet? Am I supposed to be quiet, and just after abuse? Unfortunately, that's not going to happen on my watch. I am going to open another case. Yes, I don't care, Uguti. I'm aware that, behind my back, things are being said. But unfortunately, my truth, I'm going to keep living my truth. Cheers. Please don't forget to subscribe, do like this video. I hope this inspires somebody that, yes, this journey to justice in South Africa, especially when your case is against a person who is off the law, because SANDF is as well, law bound. It is a bit steep, and I have made a TikTok saying that I now understand why people just do this and see if it will work. To say, I now understand why people, I've met some person that said, I chose money. It is because this is what you'll go through. I have gone to be immobile. I have run the 21-kilometer marathon. But now, a meter's walk is tiring. And I'm supposed to keep quiet. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. To all the entities involved, I am so sorry. I'm not keeping quiet. I'm not pushing this under the carpet. And guys, please do subscribe. And dear fellow females, yes, this is a long journey, but if you are ever, if you do have the support, if you ever go through this, Sandra, it is a walkable journey. Yes, it is draining. Yes, it is exhausting, but you deserve justice. I'm only doing this and fighting for this because I know I deserve justice.